I want to give a little bit of a preamble before I give you my presentation in its entirety here. I'm going to be making forward-looking statements here, as you might expect. We're a little different, I think, in this room, perhaps, in that we're at the end of a generative phase where we've just acquired a large portfolio of projects, and we're looking for, obviously, like everyone else here, a mineral deposit of big size and value. And our proposition and how we do it is how we've done it before. We've made a number of discoveries looking early, and we feel that mineral deposits, I like to call them, my favorite phrase is singularities. They're unique happenstances in time and space forming a big deposit. And you have to understand the geologic environment of where that's happening, and our particular focus is looking where people haven't. So we trace trends. I did a PhD in Mexico looking at geologic trends over big distances and looking for these unique geochemical in Earth history opportunities. And so we're looking for porphyry copper gold deposits, and they're one of the largest deposit type by class. And we believe that in the continental United States, there's trends and geologic environments that have been entirely overlooked. And so that's the premise. We've just spent basically 3 years assembling this portfolio, and I'm going to hammer on 3 points, and then I'll show you some of the projects. They're all at early stages, but we have cash. We actually have working capital of about $20 million. We have our own drills, and we use this unique sieve to focus on things that have the potential to be large right from the get-go. Yeah, kept that cash position. This is, it's $20 million, but I'm reiterating the point. We made 3 discoveries in Mexico. One of them, we're in international arbitration, and that was a little bit of a challenge in our group. So we've moved our entire group to the continental United States, where we think the best opportunities, combination of opportunity and jurisdiction lie these days. That's our stock chart in the last little while. We've done well since the last MIF meeting. One of the reasons for that is we closed this gold loan arrangement that I spoke about last time, and that's a large part of our $20 million in working cap. We do all this work ourselves. I'm the prospector, and that's what I consider myself. We do our own geophysics, which is the top picture, and we have our own diamond drills. This does 2 things. It allows us to drill inexpensively, of course, when you own your own diamond drills, but it also allows you to be really flexible. Our discovery in Mexico I described, it was a one-hole condemnation program, and it allows you to move a drill onto a site and test a theory and move it off, and that's really important when you're doing this early stage exploration. Our target, again, is porphyries, which are one of the biggest types of metal deposit out there. Bulk of the world's copper comes from most of the world's molybdenum, and an increasing amount of the world's gold comes out of these things. They'll be really important moving forward in every country that has these things, and the United States is lucky in that it has some of the world's biggest. We use these sorts of techniques where we look at this pile of dominantly clay alteration that lies on top of what you're looking for, which is the porphyry. This is an example of one where all the clay is being moved away, and this is an example of one where drilling underneath the clay resulted in discovery. We have tools like this that allow us to type the type of clay that uniquely forms above porphyries. So, you know, a pile of clay, there's many reasons to form it, but we find the piles of clay along these trends that are associated with a porphyry. So your sieve is got very small holes to begin with. This is an example of a very large porphyry in Chile, and this porphyllite, the bottom of the porphyllite, which is a mineral in this clay, mimics the top of the copper here. So this is a very important mineral and an example of the type of things we're looking for. Just to talk about somebody else's discovery to give you an idea of what we're trying to do. This is the Onto discovery, which is fabulous, little known. They won the top award at the PDAC this year, and they drilled 700 meters through this barren clay alteration, It turned out the clay was pre-mineral, that is before the porphyry, and so that they're complicated. But these guys have hit something that's, gross value of, I think, around $300 billion. This is the portfolio put together across the U.S. We're working in many states, and we're chasing this trend using pretty high science, ages and whole rock geochemistry to find where these acts of singularity occur on a continental scale. And that's our generative work. And we're working out of areas and in areas where our trend moves through, where there's not a lot of competition to pick up early projects. And we're ongoing. We think there's a lot more to stake, and that's one of the potential catalysts moving forward is staking and acquiring new projects. We're pretty aggressive about that. I'll tell you just quickly in the time I have left about some of the things that we're working on right now. We're drilling this property as we speak. It's across the valley from Paradise Peak. My dad found this in the 70s. In 74, I was a 3-year-old standing on this. And this is about a 1 million ounce high sulfidation system. With still some active mining in the camp. And there's probably a porphyry under this area here. This is the Paradise Peak, which produced 2.5 million ounces. We're across the valley in an area I identified in 2007 for us of porphyry lithocap alteration, we believe obscuring a porphyry. This is one of the ones where there was a porphyry in Nevada that was, it's known about, but to my knowledge, there's no deep drilling. That's not our property, that we're across the valley, and we're drilling this now. And the reasons why is we've mapped out this same clay that I was talking about. We've got gold at surface, significant gold values. We've got all the right indicators, and what we're doing right now is drilling a widely spaced drill program. The two closest holes are 500 meters apart from each other. Some of the holes are 3 kilometers apart, and we hope this initial 4-hole program that we're in the middle of right now will provide us a vector for a follow-up program. So part of the challenge here with these types of deposits is vectoring in. The reasons why we do this are obvious. I outlined the prize. And so we're starting with geochemically permissive and the right environment right from the get-go. This is another one we have in Arizona. We're north of if I'm not mistaken, there's something in the realms of 5 billion tons here that Freeport is mining, another porphyry. And we found one of these porphyry lithocaps exposed. We mapped it out, and we immediately got these types of veins. And we do another technique called fluid inclusions, and we identified that these are the kinds of veins that are immediately above a shallow in place porphyry. So currently, we plan to drill this year. This will be the next project the drill goes to. We have our own IP equipment, and quite excitingly, beneath this zone of veining at surface, with all the right indications that you're above a porphyry, we found a very significant chargeability feature representing sulfide. So we're just going to put our drill in, and we'll drill 1 hole to begin with, and see what it tells us and how it might obviously, hopefully, lead to a discovery. But the purpose of this initial scout drilling, which we can do with our own cheap internal drilling, is to give us a vector on how to follow up. Another couple of properties I'll just tell you quickly about before my time's up is in Nevada. Here's an example of the type of stuff we're staking. There's copper at surface. It was actually mined for turquoise, this system. Big alteration zone with stockwork. The same mineral is extensive here, this pyrophyllite, so we think we're immediately above a porphyry. In that case, another couple in Nevada. The Confusion Hill will be on the drill list. We've got hydrothermal breccias and all the right kind of alteration with up to 7 grams at surface, and again, a big IP. So this will be one of our targets we hope to get on a drill on before year end as well. There's a portfolio of these things. We've got about a dozen, and we hope to add to that with the generative work and how it's honing in. This is an example of one that has significant gold on it in New Mexico that we staked. And we have a portfolio of epithermal projects too, which is my specialty, actually, is low sulfidation epithermal veins. This is a new vein we found in Utah. This is one where we've got initial sampling and veining in an argillic alteration zone up to almost 1 kilo of silver right off the bat. All early stage, all acquired by staking, all will be advanced towards drilling this year. Just as a final note, the company has some value in it apart from our generative work. This is an example. We have a resource in the Yukon of zinc and silver, and it's 43-101 compliant, and I don't think we're getting any value for that at all. So just to finalize, I'm in the red here. Expect drilling this year, new acquisitions, generative work, and I hope you'll come into my booth and find out more. It's a multi-year journey we're on, and the hard work of assembling the portfolio is behind us. Thanks so much.